Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Trekking Across the Universe right here on the NDB Media Network. Today is December 29th, 2024. Oh boy, there's 2 days left, and that's it. We're done with the year, but we're definitely not done with the Skeleton Crew. Welcome as we're here on the Sunday Night Review going over Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I'm your host, Roger Noriega, and not co host but host along with me, Michael Day. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited about this episode, excited to talk about it. And yeah.
I am as well. And again, not co host, but host of the program as well. Tyler is Tyler Herwig, correct?
Her wig, not his toupee, but her wig.
Oh, very good. I don't have one, so I should get that. That's a good response, man. I like that one. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing really well, man. Really, really well. Excited about this episode.
I am as well, and we're going to get to it. I believe we already have a shout out. Thank you, Elizabeth Olivia Cooper. We have love on the Facebook page. Folks, don't forget, let us know who you are and where you hail from. Let's do a roll call. Everyone and anyone watching, let us know who you are and where you're at in the universe. Oh, my goodness. Let me get through what I have to. You have a lot to learn about pirates. This is episode 5 of season 1. It was written by Myung John Wesner, directed by Jack Schreier, and of course created by Christopher Ford and John Watts. Tyler, let's get to it. Your thoughts?
This was a great episode. It subverted all the expectations that we had discussed previously on the last few episodes. So I'm glad to see character development. I'm glad to see some betrayal. I'm glad to see a lot of references to other projects. Like we were just saying before we went live, I thought I was watching like Star Wars Goonies, like 100%, Indiana Jones, 100%. And then there were a lot of references to some lore stuff that I was really excited about. I'm curious to see if you caught some of that. Overall, I'd give this one a 9 out of 10 compared to the other episodes. This is great.
Michael,
then we might as well end the episode now. He's done his rating. So
a phenomenal review to get us going.
This was a good episode.
In the chat room, let us know. I agree with you, Tyler, 100%. There was a lot to like, and I did have flashbacks to being a kid. And it was kind of cool. It was. Michael, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, all the running around and yeah, I felt a lot of other shows too, but the end got me. I mean, I was just like, oh, what is going on? Oh, he did what? Oh. I don't want to give it away to people. So if you haven't seen the episode, don't listen.
What are you doing? Why haven't you seen the episode?
I know, basically, and why are you here if you haven't seen the episode? But no, anyway, the betrayal at the end. I mean, my jaw dropped. I was not expecting that. Well, I don't know though, but that's just
It's okay. No, it's this big old family deal that's going on right now.
Oh.
So thank you, Elizabeth, for letting us know. Michael, please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother.
No, that's okay. No, the betrayal just got me. I was not expecting that. And my opinion was the whole tone of the show changed at the end, in my opinion.
I wasn't expecting it, but I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
On the Captain's Challenge in the way that we know pirate stuff. I thought that was creative. It was very good. Subverted my expectations. Darn you guys at Disney for delivering good storytelling.
Once. You did it.
Yeah, exactly. I got to tell you, it was at first, I think the first few minutes for me, okay, they're landing here, whatever. And I think everything took off when the security guard came over and said, Professor, whatever his name was, Professor Gorlox, Scipio, run! And that's when everything just absolutely took off. and
Yeah.
we saw quite a bit of stuff go on. I did appreciate the Dash sent in line. And one of the kids, how many names does he have?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Now, I don't know who she is, but the bounty hunter, actually, her name Dash Senton. I believe his is Silvo. That's what he was going by, but or vice versa. She is the wife, or she played the part of Nucky Thompson's wife in Boardwalk Empire. For those of you that saw it, and she was also in the last episode of Harry Potter. She was the one that gave Harry he defiled it. Remember in the movie she screams at Harry? That's the same actress that played the bounty hunter in this episode. I forget her name right now, but yeah, I caught it right away. It's those eyes. But there was a lot of stuff in there. I thought it was absolutely funny. Skull Ridge Mountain. It's a resort.
It's a resort. Yeah, spa.
That was funny.
Mud baths and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I did appreciate that creature. I didn't catch the creature's name, which was a crab lobster hybrid or something like that. That at first he's like, "You're not a worker. You don't smell like one." And then shortly thereafter is, "I got to hear your story. I got to hear what's going on." I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
You know, supposedly scaring the kids, but it was really cool. When KB whipped out the wrench, like, what are you going to do with that? You know, and she pulled off a move, and in my notes, and we're off, a la Indiana Jones. That was my first comment. And then I think, let's see, they're saying, "You're right, do not trust him." The crab lobster tells the kids that. And then when they're in the tunnels with the booby traps, watch your step. That was Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. And then when the big laser thing almost cut their heads off, come on, only the penitent man will pass. Again, Indiana Jones: Last Crusade. I thought it was cool. And the looking for the lever, that was Goonie-esque. When they were down there in the mud pit, I guess, the acid for water. It was, oh my goodness. The whole thing of the greatest sacrifice. Oh, guys, did you hear? Ad Atten is the Old Republic Mint. Yeah, baby!
Yeah, one. Yeah.
Yep. Old Republic Mint.
Yeah.
That was it. We got that one right. So
They said the last of the ones. So
yeah. I thought that was great. And of course they would hide it.
Yeah.
And the stuff that was going on, wasn't it hilarious as to how unsophisticated the parents are when they're trying to access, I guess, the network to send out a message? I thought that was cool. And it just dawned on me, he's wearing prescription glasses. Cool. Go ahead, Tyler. Go for the kill.
I don't know.
It just dawned on me, man. I thought it was kind of funny, even though we've seen it so many times. The droid comes up to him. He says, "You're hiding something. Let me see your hand." And it took so painfully long when he pulled that. Then the other hand, he's like, "Let me see both of your hands."
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. These robots are obviously a security to keep them in line. But it's like these people are so docile; they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. What almost makes you wonder, like, is the planet, the person there back on the home planet, are like, is the whole thing controlled by the robots? You know, that's kind of my thought right now.
That's interesting. I did not give that thought, but yeah. All right, that's cool. I like the name of the captain, and that's the one that goes back, right? Tack Rennert, is it?
I think that's a new character, but there's a character very similar to him that's essentially like the Blackbeard character in Legends. So I think he's replacing that. Gosh, I can't remember his name, but off the top of my head. But Yeah, there's someone identical to that who's essentially Blackbeard of Star Wars pirates.
I did appreciate the name Onyx Cinder. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's a cool name. I did enjoy that. I'm not going to go line by line, obviously, like I have in the past, but I did appreciate there is more to this guy. Is he a Jedi or is he a Sith? Okay. He never admitted to being a Jedi, but is he a Sith? And we saw the real him at the very end. Or was that place affecting him?
Well, I mean, there could be conflict within him. You know, he could have been a Padawan learner that left the Jedi Order later on. You know, so he never completed his training. But one of his lines is like, "Your what is it? Your
focus determines your reality."
determines your reality." That's something that Qui-Gon Jinn says in Episode 1 to Anakin, like when they first meet. So there's some parallels there to some Jedi training for sure.
You're right. I did appreciate that conversation between Wim and it's Jack, right? That's his character name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after he says, "Oh, well, okay," he catches him crying, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here." But Jack leans in, and he says, "Here's what you do: you forget him. Your attachments, forget them." Wim says, "I can't do that." And that's when he says, "Your focus determines your reality. Make your own life the one you want to live." And then Wim asks, "If you're not a Jedi, how did you do that?" And he's referring to, I think it's at Episode 2, when he reached for the keys.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks he's a Jedi. Oh, when Wim had the lightsaber.
Totally shut down.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was probably the most perfectly placed, like, funny thing they could have done, you know, because it was like Wim had been waiting his whole life for that exact moment to like ignite the lightsaber, and then it totally blows up in his face. I loved that.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on right here, and this episode I thought was well done. And I could imagine my daughters watching this with me, and they would be getting a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good show. This is a good program.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be along for the ride. Go ahead, guys. I've already spoken quite a bit. I'm sorry.
There was one thing that I thought was really interesting about the episode was the symbol of the black. Gosh, what you just said his name, the Tack Renard or.
Oh yeah, Tack Renard or Tack Renard. I couldn't get it, but yes,
Tack Renard. So his symbol is like that we see in the episode is like two little lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
Yes.
So in the new Disney Star Wars High Republic books, the main antagonist of that whole series is a bunch of space pirates called the Nihil, and their symbol is like three little lightning bolts. So I'm wondering if there's a reference to that, and we don't know how that series ends yet, or how that the High Republic Jedi deal with that threat. So I thought it was interesting that maybe there's some correlation to the High Republic era. And even with the color of the lightsaber at the very end, it's white and gold, if I remember correctly, which is kind of the colors. It was very like posh and polished colors that you would see in the High Republic era.
Yes.
Jedi would carry. So I thought that was pretty cool. And just gets my mind kind of wondering, where is this going to go and how is it going to tie into future Star Wars projects?
And only 3 more episodes, but I don't even want to think about that right now.
I know.
You
must
concentrate on the here and now, not what may be. I'm sorry, I could. Sorry.
I've got a good feeling though. This will be renewed for a second season, at least one more season. You know.
I have to admit, I'm surprised Tyler didn't beat me to that one. Oh my God, that was perfect. Sorry.
It's very good.
I know everyone watching, they're like, "Oh, for the love of, we have a Yoda amongst us." Yeah, I actually have the ears. Oh my goodness. I caught myself laughing in this episode, and I haven't done that in a while, where I'm laughing at numerous points where I'm generally watching, and I definitely lost track of time. I definitely did. So when he lit the lightsaber at the very end and it ended, I was like, oh, okay, all right, you got me. I genuinely lost track of time. Do you know how long the episode ran? What the runtime of the episode was?
No.
I'm going to go back to it right now and I'm going to check online, but it was over 30 minutes, I'm certain. But I did enjoy that fact that I lost track. And for
It's
me,
nice when you lose track. That means
Oh, yeah.
it got you. It got your attention. So.
Yeah.
this episode was a lot of fun. I can't get over it, and it was really cool. There's a moment where he levitates a Republic credit as well, so he does have force powers. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's used them several times. So.
At least twice now.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I did appreciate when they went under the acid water or whatever. I don't think that's a real thing, but when they went down there, that was the Goonie-esque moment as well.
Mhm.
Oh no, wait! No, that was Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull moment, but it was still Goonie-esque. And I did appreciate when they went down there how the pirate had his office, and he said, "Don't touch anything." Because it could have all be booby trapped, and he was right. The stool, right where Neil stood on, wow, almost took him out.
It says 43
45 minutes. Okay,
Yeah, this says
43 minutes.
43. It didn't seem like that long.
No, that was a fast, because I'm on Disney Plus right now. The first episode, based on this, 48 minutes, 31, 40, 38, and 45. But I believe, Michael, yours is correct, because this includes the runtime for all the different languages as well.
Yeah, the one I don't think mine does. So
Have you seen that, Tyler? When you go through all the credits, it will have what it's dubbed in, the different languages. So
which
that's
is
why
incredible. Some of how
Yeah.
many there are. I mean,
but that's a Lucasfilm thing. I think I've commented about this before, gentlemen, where I grew up. Excuse me, I take it back. Where, having been married, my wife specifically only spoke Spanish. When we would buy the DVDs, and if it was a Lucasfilm production, no matter what, they always had a Spanish soundtrack. So for them to do this in other languages, I'm not surprised. So it's just a personal, observation and comment. It's a 43-minute episode. Didn't feel like it.
no, it didn't feel like it at all.
No.
I loved how the kids didn't know what a data port is. That was funny.
Yeah, it was kind of like asking what a rotary phone is.
Oh my goodness, yes. Now, are we seeing the real Jack at the very end of the episode?
Real Jod, you mean?
Well, the main character, Jude
Yeah.
Law.
Yeah, Jude Law plays Jod.
Jod. Okay, I thought they called him Jack, so it's
I
Jod.
think
Thank
that's
you.
one of his names. You can call him.
Yeah, it might be that too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think someone did call him Jack, but okay, Jod. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is this the real Jod? Because he immediately turned. And
Well, he turned as soon as he found out that planet was the treasury,
Mhm.
and they made the money. I mean, that's when he changed. I mean, it was like he went, woo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is going to happen? Because the gang is still out there, the pirates,
Mhm.
and they're still on the planet. But he has a lightsaber now. I wonder if we're going to see some really good Qui-Gon and Darth Maul lightsaber action.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he knows how to use it, because that's not just something that you can just willy-nilly swing around, generally speaking. I mean, there's different takes on that in the Star Wars lore of in the older lore, it was it was heavy if you weren't force sensitive, and the crystal wasn't attuned to you. But given how kind of weak his force powers have seemed thus far, bringing a stick to a gunfight doesn't really do you a whole lot unless you have the added perception kind of buffs that come with being force sensitive. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays a factor, if it's kind of something he carries around. Yeah, and I still don't know if we've seen the real him.
Right.
Like, I kind of think there's still more to him and more that we haven't discovered yet. Because I feel like his character is the one that really hasn't been fleshed out. He's been coated in mystery and still kind of is.
And things keep changing.
Yeah.
And he's known around the galaxy by many people and many different names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all know about him.
Yeah.
So, yes, and we learned that, as you mentioned, Tak Rennert was the greatest pirate in the galaxy. Whatever he wanted, he took. Whatever he wanted, he got. And this was his headquarters, Skull Ridge Mountain. And yeah, I thought it was interesting that SM-33 spoke of a mutiny when he was telling the story. And then the kids were like, oh, please tell us more. And he's like, no, we're done. I guess we foresaw the whole idea of the mutiny early on, and we would get that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I always thought it was fun when he said, but the captain got him in the end, set the ship to crash on the planet on Adhan.
Oh, SM-33, right? Yeah, when he told the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was another funny moment when security stopped him and they identified he had a knife. And he says, come on, dude. He says, but that's a little knife. That was a jagged edge knife, man. That's dangerous. Sorry, you can't have any weapons. But he still snuck one in.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had one a little bit later. But that's okay. I had no problem with that. Maybe he used his Jedi mind trick and he kind of like established a shadow or something. A force ghost.
They showed him grabbing it back, didn't they? I think they did.
Oh, I must have missed that part. Okay.
I thought they did.
Okay.
I did sleight of hand kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to check that out again for the third time because I didn't see that one. I did appreciate when the ship landed and something fell off and the attendant was like, contact waste removal. We may have a situation. I thought that was funny. That was like having the campers show up right there at the resort and stuff falls off of it. I thought that was cool. The most wise elders from the bracket system, I thought that was kind of cool, but then the kids immediately were in paradise and they were acting like kids. I was like, okay, it's all right. They're acting the way they should, I suppose. Did you guys catch that the banking clan was there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so that was when he took on the identity of whatever that character's name was, and then he got caught by security.
Yes.
For being at the planet. What was it? Well, gosh, what was it called?
Oh, I think it was. Oh, I have it right here. Lanupa.
No, it was it's the home planet of the moons.
Oh, I did not catch that one.
Scipio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right.
So he takes on the identity of a character who is part of the banking clan. And the banking clan is a very specific. They're called moons, and you guys remember what Darth Plagueis looked like with that kind of alien?
Yes.
That's a moon. So that was why he got found out so quickly, is that he was human pretending to be
not.
Well, that's what the security guard tells him, Professor Gorlax of Scipio. Even the guard was like, "Do you realize what you did, stupid?" Yeah, I guess so. The security guard was giving him a hard time. Like, dude. Come on, man. You should have come up with a better one. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. I did miss that.
It'd be like saying you were from Kashyyyk and you were Mr. Wookiee, and you're like,
Yeah, and you're really from Naboo, right?
Yeah.
That was good. Yes. Um, yeah, surprisingly, we did go through quite a bit, even just right now. Um, I thought it was really good. I appreciate the conversation that Jod had with Wim. And then when he chastises him later, when he says something to the effect of, he says, "This is not one of your stories, and this is not
Yeah.
your moment." Yeah. So I did appreciate both lines, both ways. Jod was kind of on his side. He had sympathy. I
Mhm.
think Jod suffered as well as a young child. So he did see a little bit of that in Wim. I do want to give a shout out. Thank you, Hope. Appreciate the love. Thank you. And actually, both Elizabeth and Hope gave us hearts on Facebook. Thank you.
Yay.
Folks, we have several people watching us right now. Please, let's do a quick roll call. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. We'd like to know where in the galaxy you roam.
Mm-hmm.
What was your funniest moment?
The funniest moment for me was hands down the lightsaber at the end, because I really didn't expect that. Out of
Yeah.
all the things that had just happened, like the episode started off in kind of this funny note where you thought you were going to this dark gloom planet and it's a spa, and then all of a sudden it takes this other really dark twist with Jod betraying them, and then right at the end when you're like, oh, there's a little bit of hope, this could be a really cool thing, and then Wim messes it up, like it was hilarious. It was fun. And we haven't seen anything like that in Star Wars before. Every time somebody new gets their hands on a lightsaber in Star Wars, they're force sensitive. They're the next Jedi every time. And so to see that kind of mistake made me laugh.
From deep in the swamp, gotta take the Pyru to school. If the alligators are too busy to cart us around. You're funny, Hope. She's in Louisiana. So that's cool. I appreciate that. That's creative, Hope. Thank you. But thanks for letting us know. P-Row. I'm sorry. I'm from the West Coast. That's pronounced. How do you pronounce that, Mike? Tyler, how do you pronounce that?
I'm going to say P-Row, obviously. Obviously, that's how you say it.
Okay, all right. These are not the droids we're looking for.
No.
Oh, Hope, you're awesome. I appreciate that. That's cool. All right, fair enough. I apologize that I got it wrong. This old guy gets it wrong all the time. Michael, funniest moment of the episode.
I would agree with Tyler, but I probably should say something different just for fun.
Well, you can agree with me.
Well, no, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm going to try to throw another one that. Well, I mean, right after that, I mean, when they drop in the trap door, I just thought that was hysterical. Then they're gone, and it's like, okay, they're gone. What's going to happen now? And that was the end of the episode.
I thought it was within the episode, it was a running gag as to how incompetent security was. They really do not know what they don't have those issues.
Yeah.
No.
They're not very smart. I mean, they got whooped by a little girl with a wrench.
I mean, they're stormtroopers, right?
Without the helmets.
Without the helmets. It's the same thing.
Yeah, there was a consistent moment. Also, there was a moment where a guard picks up something, and I think it activates. Oh, a rock, right? And I think oh my goodness, where is it? There was a moment where the guard had a rock, and something like went up and down, or he discovered like a secret path. Which I said, oh, of course, that's when Indiana Jones threw the dirt on the path and crossed, in the Last Crusade. So, but he gets taken out. He's shot from behind. So these guys were not very smart. I do agree that the lightsaber was really funny. I have to, but there were some other comedic moments. He's not very smart. Jod is, and when it comes to bribing people.
No, he just hands out money.
Yeah, it wasn't his money. He hadn't earned it, and he just gave it all up right then and there. But he still had one left over at the very end that we know of.
And the one thing I got, he gave that girl all that money. Why didn't he just make up a name? Why did he have to use one that was already in the system? She
Yeah.
could have put something in. I just thought that was. I guess that was relative later, So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess it wouldn't have had that funny moment, I suppose.
No, it wouldn't have had the funny moment, but
Yeah. But it was good. Like I said, I appreciate how when they were in the captain's chair or captain's lair, they were data port, and then he's like, "Forgive me, folks, but he was a bit schizo. All right, don't touch anything, but spread out and look fast. And look for something that's out of the ordinary. These are kids.
Yeah.
What do they know? It would have been funny, and it actually maybe a little bit later. I got the distinct impression of how that looked. Not only did it look like the Solo movie when they were in What's-His-Face's office, where they had it out the very end, but it was also from Indiana Jones and Last Crusade. I bet you someone is going to find the chalice somewhere in the lair.
Funny.
Oh, come on, man. I've got to believe it's going to be there. Someone's going to find it.
I believe it.
Yeah, because they've been pretty cool about doing stuff like that.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in this episode for sure. A lot.
Well, you guys, there were a lot of Easter eggs, and just the echoes of Goonies and Indiana Jones. It easily could have been an Indiana Jones, easily, but Goonies is perfect. I swear, if we would have heard the music from Goonies, I would have died laughing, man. I know we wouldn't, but it still would have been cool. I think someone is probably going to do one of those videos, and they're going to put the Goonies music in there.
Oh, I'm sure somebody will.
Heck yeah. It was good. I did appreciate it. I talk about character development. Fern would not yield. She's a strong character. I like her.
Especially when we just saw her break down. We just saw her be scared and fearful, and now to see her kind of get real brave and strong all of a sudden, it's like, all right, you're growing up fast.
She knew something was up. Yes, you're right, Michael. They have to. But it wasn't in that scene. I thought it was a bit earlier where she says, "Do we still have a deal?"
Yeah.
And then a few moments, well, not a few minutes, but it was later where she said, "I'm not going to yield. Just will not yield." And it was crushing when she had to yield. But we'll see. I think it's going to turn around where she's going to have him in a spot where she's going to say, "As per the rules, do you yield?" I see that coming.
Oh, for sure.
Where he's going to have to yield. But and SM33 is going to be there.
And did you notice that 33 really wasn't happy when he had to theoretically take the kids in custody?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not happy about that.
Oh, yeah. He was following the
He was following the Pirates Code, but he was not happy about it.
Oh my goodness, Michael, you're right. I did catch that. I didn't write that down. Yeah.
Which might mean that he might help them later because they don't know the pirate code. He does. He might give them some hints, maybe, I don't know, of what to do.
Yeah.
I also thought it was funny when they put the restraining bolt on him.
Oh, that
and several times he was going to beat up whoever was there, and it stopped him. That was funny. When they put the restraining bolt, he's like, "What's that? What are you doing?" That was cool. That was good. Yeah. I enjoyed this episode, gents. I really did. It moved fast. And as I mentioned earlier, even though there were echoes of other things we had seen, it was fun. It was genuinely fun. And we did see quite a bit. Oh, did you notice KB was really recording a lot of stuff? Like the writing on the walls. And she was very observant in this episode. So there's going to be something along with that, too, that's going to surprise us a little bit later.
She's very observant of everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wonder if the robot is going to have his, I'm sorry, the droid is going to have his memory wiped, and they're going to lose the location of Aden. But KB, through her vision, was able to record the location.
I could see it.
Now, do you think they're going to make it to Aden this season?
No,
I hope not.
no. The pirates are on them right now.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yes. I look forward to see what's going to happen, but I have no idea. I imagine there's going to be. Well, I don't know what do you think is going to happen, Michael?
I'm not sure. I mean, as I said, when he took over and he's the captain now, it's like everything in my mind changed of what I thought was going to happen. So I'm really not sure. I know he's going to try to go to Aden, but is something going to happen that prevents it? Now, wasn't there a scene that we saw that Wim's dad was going to get through it with a communication?
Oh,
there's something
in the preview.
in the previews,
the teaser,
in the
right?
teaser.
Yes. Yes. Well, we get a hint about that because in my notes, Wim's father's at work. He wears prescription glasses. He works with another parent, the parent of Neil, to break into the system for
who is higher up at that company or whatever it is.
Good catch. I didn't have that. And then the droid finds a problem, but the supervisor steps. Not the supervisor, but I forget the title that Farah has. And she gets mad at him. I said, "Hey, didn't I tell you to wait?" He says, "Yeah, while you're going through proper channels, and what's happening? Nothing."
Yeah.
And Farah realizes that he's right, gives in, and she says, "What's the plan?"
Mm-hmm.
That was almost Goonie-esque too.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. But the adults are acting like them. Yes. I didn't see them show up a little bit later. Did you guys? I didn't.
No.
Okay. Tyler, what do you think is going to happen next episode? I think there's going to be Goonies on steroids. They're going to try to escape. Everyone's after them. And maybe we'll have Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom where they're fighting. Remember at the very beginning of the movie where he's fighting the antidote and is being kicked across the floor? Maybe it'll be something like that. I don't know.
I could see the pirates that are hunting them showing up to to chase them down, and I could see Jod, who's now saying he's the captain, trying to spin it as I needed to be the captain to get us out of this situation. Like I did a bad thing for a good reason kind of thing.
Oh.
And I could see that opening up a redemption arc for him. So versus he's just is a bad guy, I could see that, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of like you guys were with the first few episodes. Like you weren't trying to predict. That's kind of where I'm at now is like, hey, Disney, you kind of opened, you subverted my expectations and I was hoping you would do that. So now I don't really want to try and predict. I had my prediction. I was wrong. Thank the Lord. And now let me be shocked.
And I think that's the only reason why I went with it right now is because I appreciate that you did it. Michael, we'd never really done that either, huh? Where we talked about predictions. We
did sometimes. We're always wrong. That's why we try not to remember.
Yeah,
Because remember, Roger, we got called out by some of the actors that remembered what we said, if you remember.
Yeah. Oh, sadly, I remember that.
Yes.
Tyler, we're talking about the arc. I think Michael had mentioned that to you. The guests, the actors that were on the program pointed out to us. They said, "Roger, you were wrong." Or Michael, whatever. They said, "When you guys were talking about such and such, you guys got it wrong." Holy crap.
I mean, some of them watched our review shows, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and when they would come on and then they'd say stuff and we were going, "Oh, you heard what we said?" And they went, "We love listening to all your predictions." It's like, okay,
We were genuinely blown away, Tyler,
Cool.
in that happening. That they mentioned that they have a communication, and they spoke amongst themselves on what we were talking about.
I love it. That's cool.
Oh my god!
Well,
All of us,
I
our
will-
mind was blown, dude.
I'll continue to say this. Like, I like to make predictions, but I want every prediction that I make to be wrong. 'Cause like I
Okay.
said from the first time I was on with you guys, like if I can predict it, the story writers didn't do a good enough job. I shouldn't be able to guess what's going to happen.
Mhm.
So keep surprising me. That's what I'm here to see.
Yeah.
When this episode began, as I mentioned, maybe it was the first 5 minutes, maybe not even 10 minutes. I was just like, okay, I'm along for the ride. There was nothing there. And then it took off, like you said. And it was a Goonies adventure. And I deliberately didn't want to tell anything. Michael and I were on about 10 minutes before. We did not say a word to each
A
other.
word about the show.
I think we were dying to get to it. And that led me, because I've asked Michael. So both of us did not ask each other's opinion before we went live. And that was telling me, I'm like, ooh, I think this was good. Where's Tyler? Damn it. No, I can. Well, yeah, I mean, we did ask. And Michael said that you'd asked for the information, you were going to show up. I'm like, all right, man, he'll be here. And sure enough, he was.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we started talking about it real quick was because you had mentioned it. Otherwise, I don't think we would have said a word. I did appreciate, even though we didn't get very much, Neil is crushed at the betrayal.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Wim is, I guess he's crushed because the ultimate betrayal was on Wim, because he got through to him and he was saying, control, you do this, do that. And then he turns on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a Wim story this time around, but what do you guys, because we talked about it. Fern, was it Fern? The 2 episodes, it was a Fern story, 2 episodes.
Fern story.
What was it last week? It was where they were on.
Neil's story.
I'm sorry?
That was Neil's.
It was Neil's. That's
Mhm.
right. Okay. Whose story was it today? Do you think it was?
I think it was kind of all of them. I don't think it
Okay.
was one. I don't think it was one character being developed. I think they kind of did each character
A little bit.
a little bit, and focused on one for the first 4 episodes, and then here on the 5th episode, right? They kind of brought them all back together, and I think that gives us a few extra episodes for them to go into Jod's character development a little bit more in one of these closing episodes, which will then lead to a redemption arc.
Okay.
Or a really interesting cliffhanger for season 2.
Yes. Now, again, I understand that this program is doing very well. We took a look at the ratings 2 weeks ago. They're in the 90s, guys. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is really good. I said quite a bit about it. I don't know where they're going. I rarely ever ask what's going to happen next. I'm just excited to get to the next episode, which will be Tuesday, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So that
I
should
think
be
that'll be a big episode. You know, they got to have something big planned if they're kicking off kind of that middle episode right on the new year. Like, you got something going on.
Yeah, you're right. Sadly, we only have 3 episodes left to
Yep.
review,
Hurry up.
but I'm so looking forward to this. But I don't know, Michael. Do you have any other comments or thoughts on the story?
No. I just want to say, because we had talked about it earlier, we are going to shift starting next week to 10 p.m. Eastern time,
Yes.
7 p.m. Pacific, and 9 p.m. Central. So
8
everybody,
p.m. Mountain.
yeah, I don't think we have many mountain viewers right now. We got to work on that. But yeah, but our most important person is in Central Time right now, so I had to say that. So.
No, that was cool. That worked. I mean, you named all 4 time zones. Actually, I think you should have done Alaskan and
Hawaii,
as
yeah,
well, man.
I thought about that, but yeah,
Do you guys know that Alaska from Los Angeles is about 2,400 miles away? It's only 1 time zone.
because it's north.
Yeah. It was a 5-hour trip on a plane, but it's only 1 hour time zone different. I had no jet lag when I went over there.
Interesting.
So if we ever go to Hoth, maybe we won't get hyperspace lag.
There you go.
That was lame.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
okay.
I apologize, gentlemen. That was insulting to all of you.
Oh wow.
That was lame. I'm sorry.
Come on, Bob, throw something at Roger right now.
I guess I qualify as a nerf herder right now. I appreciate the courtesy chuckle. All right. What else, Tyler? Anything else that you think we missed or you want to go over as well?
No, I think that's a pretty good synopsis of the episode. So I'm just really curious to see how they tie in more extended lore. Like that is probably the thing. When I saw the symbol of the old pirate, that was the thing that excited me the most. If I'm being totally honest, like my absolute high note, because I was like, are we finally going to get some live action High Republic stuff that we were supposed to see in the show that shall not be named, and we really didn't. And so I think that could just be really cool because I've been keeping up with those books pretty intensely, and I really enjoyed all that they've done with the new High Republic books. So
I do admit I am behind on the High Republic books myself. I think I'm.
Did you start them at least a little bit?
No, that's the one series I'm behind on.
It's good.
I've read so much of the lore, but as of late, I've been tardy in a lot of my reading.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We have Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, but if this does go into next year as well, I will be ready to go by then. I will have caught up on my reading by then.
No, it is really good, and I'm just there's so much to think about when I don't want to spoil the books for you either, but there's a lot that we could, had you read the books, there's so much we can talk about with it because there's just so much tied to it. So.
And I do apologize for that. I will tell you this, Michael, it's going to sound funny right now, but Michael has access to my calendar. So he knows I haven't been going to the bookstore for what?
Which has been a shock.
It's been about 3-4 months now.
At least.
So that's why I've been behind on my reading. And it's for just personal stuff. I've been working on a lot of other things. But my daughter and I would go to Barnes & Noble right here in Montclair, which is about 2-3 miles away. And it was a thrill because they have a Starbucks in there. And I'm going out with my youngest daughter, man. We cut it out, and we spend 2 to 3 hours and we read the latest on the fantasy. She's reading some gaming books as well as Star Wars and Star Trek. She's reading the Strange New Worlds books, and I'm reading the Star Wars one. So this is the first time that we're not on the same page.
That was bad.
I'm sorry. That one just happened. Oh, my goodness. But I haven't been going to Barnes & Noble, but I missed that. So I'm hoping to catch up. I figure I'm going to be back in the summer, and I can't wait. Now, I'm going to be a jerk and throw it out there. We're going to review Andor, right? Okay. We will gladly accommodate, Tyler. And if you're not able to make it in the evenings and you want to do something during the week in the mornings, it's possible.
Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. I'll be available.
Shit. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Michael would probably be able to, and I probably would too.
I don't want to do that either.
Okay.
When does Andor
Tyler? I'm sorry?
April? Andor premieres in April.
In April 22nd.
Yeah, actually, the day after my birthday, which is kind of cool.
Perfect.
I am looking forward to that. We're thinking of doing another Sunday review, but Tyler, just because you have expressed so much in this, I appreciate having you on and having these conversations. Michael and I will gladly accommodate.
Yeah.
We have quite a bit of flexibility on our schedule now, and it's not like before because it was all based on where I was working. I was stuck, so I'd have to rush home sometimes or leave a bit early. I don't have to do that anymore, so it's good. So
is Andor going to be eight episodes again?
I don't know.
No, it's going to be
Was it going to be back to 12?
I think it's 12 because what they're going to do is, I think they said that Andor took place 5 years before Rogue One. So we basically got year one in year one. What they're going to do is each 3-episode mini arc is going to be a year. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12. And 12 will lead into Rogue One. So I have to admit, I am terribly excited about it. I did enjoy Rogue One. Did you, Tyler? Were you into Rogue One?
I did enjoy Rogue One quite a bit.
Yeah. I did. Michael, I think, you too,
Yeah,
right?
I did too, yeah.
It was great. I know we're way off topic and there were some great moments, but do you know that one scene, I think it was episode 4 or 5, when he was on the planet where they were going to do the heist, when the young man was talking about his manifesto, but he had that device, remember the like the compass, he was talking about freedom and how we had the ability to make our own choices. It's been taken away from us by the Empire. I remember that scene standing out, and that whole 3-episode arc. That was awesome, man. That was really cool. Hey, look, in its basic form, it was a bank heist. Duh. But it was good.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I am looking forward to Andor, and we're tentatively going to go on Sunday again. But Tyler, oh my God, we will work with you in every which way.
We'll connect. As I look at my schedule now, just like super quickly, we shouldn't have any conflicts. Maybe one, but maybe. I just got mutes, but I think we'll be good.
And I'm letting you know. I don't want to,
No, I'm in. You already convinced me. You don't got to sell me on it. I'm doing it. Like, it's the three of us. We're reviewing Andor.
Yeah.
And actually, Tyler, I think it's just the holidays that we lost 2 of our regulars. You're going to meet them. They're hardcore fans as well. One of them is named Greg, and the other one is named Elizabeth, who mentioned she wasn't available to show up today. They're hardcore fans as well.
And on the 12th, we've got 2 new hosts coming. That have committed.
Heck yeah.
That I haven't told Roger about. Luca is coming. He's going to come the 12th because he missed the 1 week. So he's going to come the 12th. And then we've got another new person that's coming on the 12th.
Okay.
Who Elizabeth wanted on the show.
Oh, okay. So let me get this. Tyler knows about the guests, right?
I do now.
No, he does now, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to pick a fight with Michael on air right now because I'm the last one to know about everything.
It's fine.
So that was great when he says, "Oh, Roger doesn't know yet." I'm like, "Oh, so everyone else does again." No, it's cool.
Well, yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah.
It's good. I thought it was good. I think the last thing also was when he kept telling the kids to shush. I just remember that in my notes. I have it in capital letters. Shush. And I did appreciate how they were talking about the planet being the planet of paradise, luxury, and everything. And every time the guide said something, SM-33 said like the caves of death. And if she said something else, he's like, "Oh yes, where all the dead bodies, whatever." I thought that was funny too. But that was my last note. Folks, this was a fun episode.
Yeah.
The problem is you gotta go back to episode 1.
And there's only 3 more.
Yeah. It's good though. All right. I'm not going to try to guess what's upcoming. Once again, I thank Disney. I'm really happy. And did you guys notice also this was the first time that we had a new writer?
Yes, it wasn't the creators.
Yeah, great.
Yes. Now, someone else also had a script credit, but it was those 2 on everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that they're not
listed
directed
there.
by.
Yeah,
they're still created by, and it's not that what they did before was bad, but it was obvious that
they were setting it up.
Yeah,
and they probably had
I guess like
Um,
what Christopher Columbus did with the first two Harry Potters. He created the universe,
Yeah.
and then everyone else did it their own way.
Yeah.
The writing, the direction, this last episode was really cool. I enjoyed it, guys. It's worth watching all the way through to episode 5. That's my humble opinion.
I would
And
agree.
the internet, thank you, Tyler. And the internet kind of agrees as well. Last thoughts, Michael? Announcements? Anything?
No, it's kind of a slow time for guests right now because of the
Okay.
holidays, but that's about it.
Tyler, why don't you tell us what's on your calendar and what's going on in the world of Tyler?
I mean, besides working on new music in 1,000 shows that I do every year, the big thing that's happening for me right now is that my wife is due to have our son here, like any old day now. He wasn't.
Oh, it's that soon. Oh, that's right. You said it was like 6 weeks a few weeks ago,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, the official due date is technically January 17th, but we were going to do a planned C-section, so that was supposed to be January 10th. However, I've got a feeling he's going to come like on Wednesday. So
Tyler,
he'll be
I
a
hope
little
so.
early. He'll be a little early, but the goal is be praying, everybody, that he can wait until the start of the new year. That's the goal. We don't want to have him this year. And so my wife is currently in like labor right now. And she's just like bearing through it. Her water hasn't broken yet, but she's still having contractions. We were in the hospital literally last night, and they were like, we can move the C-section up and we can take him right now, or you can suffer for 4 days. And she was like, I'm going to suffer for 4 days.
Okay, I didn't catch exactly why. Now, this is the tax preparer in me wanting to be nosy. Why do you want to wait till next year? I missed it because there's a point to my question.
So my insurance deductible is changing significantly.
Understood, brother. I got it. Okay.
The reason write-off I would get this year does not even come close to the benefit I will save by hitting my deductible at the start of next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, selfish Roger here is thinking, okay, but wait a minute. If your child is born 1 minute before midnight, you realize you get the child tax credit for the entire year when you do your taxes in a few months. See, that's my greed.
I get that child tax credit for 18 years no matter what.
Right. Yeah, well, like, God willing, yeah, you're right.
Like, it doesn't matter when it starts. So the benefit is truly in hitting. If I'm going to hit my deductible, which I have, my wife and I were not planning on getting pregnant, so we have a catastrophic health insurance plan right now. So our deductible is insanely high. Yeah. Versus since we were planning on having our son at the beginning of January, we got a baller insurance plan with a super low deductible, so my out-of-pocket's next to nothing. So as long as he comes 12:01 a.m. January 1st, we are happy.
All right, all kidding aside, I didn't mean to be so,
nosy
that way.
You're not nosy. I've made it very public. I made a story on my Instagram and on my TikTok earlier today. I was like, guys, we were in the hospital last night. Pray he doesn't come, because literally for this reason, like, it'll save me, I don't know, like 10 grand. It's stupid. So
yeah, it is. It's stupid.
My wife and I are literally like, she hasn't moved all day. She's been on the couch and she's only allowed to get up to use the restroom, and I'm catering to her every need besides right now.
And you do it. You demand. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. There was a financial thing because I'm like, dude, that's a lot of money. You're going to get it, in a few months. But you're 100% right. The deductible's a killer. Tyler, all kidding aside, we will be keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. We still do it at our old age. We still pray. So we will. And obviously, the most important thing, no matter what, health first. That's what we're going to be praying for as well. Dude, this is cool. It's kind of exciting for us as well, kind of being in on this and catching your excitement.
You guys will meet him before the finale, so I'll be able to announce the name and everything to you guys first. It'll be great.
That would be kind. That is cool. I can't wait to see how you can sneak in a name. We'll see. Hopefully she's not watching. Hopefully not. No, she has other stuff to do. All right, folks. Again, we ask you to drop a prayer or 20, and it would be nice. And it's cool. This was a lot of fun. I thank you, Michael. I thank you, Tyler. Obviously, Hope and Elizabeth and everyone else that commented. We know you're commenting after the fact. We do read the comments. We know you're watching. Also, guys, just let us know. Let us know. We know it. It's the holidays too, Tyler.
Yeah.
It is quiet for us as well on a
Yeah.
Sunday night, and we know that. But it's cool. We're thrilled, guys. We know you're watching, but after the holidays are over, come on back. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, episode 6 next week. Pay attention to the schedule time change. The episodes have all been programmed, but yours truly has not adjusted to time.
I did.
On the calendar or the episodes themselves?
Both. I've been busy.
Aye, lad, you have been a wee busy lad there. All right. That was good, Michael. You got me. I hadn't made the change. Okay. Damn, there's nothing to do now.
Yeah,
I know. Now you can go do something. Now you can go read those books.
Actually, I'm going to be, because my daughter and I are going to try to make the bookstore this week. Not on Monday, but some other stuff. But it is exciting. I can't wait. Star Wars again. Thank you. Michael, no announcements. So I'm going to ask you, Tyler. I don't think you've ever done this at any time, but you've seen TV shows, you've seen programs and stuff.
Maybe.
Usually, I'm sure he does. I'm going to ask you to end the program for us. You know, what we call to take us out. Literally at the end of Star Trek, every movie, Mr. Sulu, take us out, to the next adventure. So I'm asking you, however you would like, end the episode for us. Take us out.
However I want.
Yes.
All right,
That can be
guys.
scary.
That'll do it for this week's episode. Be sure to go buy something off my baby registry, and we will see you guys next week. Stay blessed.